Hello, what's going on, family? Toby Agbejimi, your CPA is here again, and I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited for you watching this video. Thank you so much for joining me again on my channel. I am the CEO at Doballc Tax and Accounting LLC, where we deal with all individual and business taxes. We provide consulting and advisory services, credit restoration, and everything that has to do with your financial life. We got your back, and we're always looking out for you. Today, we are going to be talking about who a qualifying child for the purpose of the advanced child tax credit is. Okay, we're going to be defining who a qualifying child is. If you are new to my channel and are just watching this video from my channel for the first time, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe so you don't miss any of my future deliveries, because this channel, like I always say, is here and looking out for you and giving you information that will always help you make better financial decisions. Without wasting so much of your time, stick with me, and when we come back, we will dive right into the subject. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for your patience. Now let's get right into the meat of today's topic. Who is a qualifying child for the purpose of the 2021 Advanced Child Tax Credit? If you haven't watched my previous release with respect to the Advanced Child Tax Credit, make sure you go back and review the topic so that it will give you an holistic understanding of what this credit is all about, how we are getting it, why we are getting it, who is getting it, and how much you are expected to receive, and how to defer it into the future if you do not want to get it right now. So just as we reiterated before in the previous video, that the Advanced Child Tax Credit is an advance payment of the child tax credits that every taxpayer is supposed to qualify for depending on your income situation though, when they file their 2021 tax. And like I also said in the previous video, that this increase in the child tax credit amount from $2,000 to $3,000 or $3,600, as the case may be, depending on the age bracket of your children, is only for the year 2021. It's something that is only scheduled for 2021, but who knows? It may be extended into the future years, but right now it's only for this year, and we would say what happens going forward. Let's dive right into the topic of today. So for the Advanced Child Tax Credit for 2021, who is a qualifying child? Because only a qualifying child would be eligible to receive this money. And a qualifying child is an individual who does not turn 18 years of age before January 1st, 2022. The age bracket for receiving this child tax credit is between 0 to 17 years. Previously, it used to be under 17, but for the purpose of the Advanced Child Tax Credit via the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, age 18 is where there is the cutoff. So 0 to 17 qualify to receive this amount if they meet the following conditions. One, that individual has to be the taxpayer's son, the taxpayer's daughter, could be the taxpayer's stepchild, could be an eligible foster child for that taxpayer, the taxpayer's brother, sister, stepbrother, stepsister, half-brother, half-sister, or any descendants of any of these people that I just listed would be defined to be a qualifying child. So when I say any descendant would mean whether a grandchild, a niece, or nephew. So I have just defined to you who a qualifying dependent with respect to a child would be. It's either the taxpayer's son, daughter, stepchild, foster, eligible foster child, brother, sister, stepbrother, stepsister, half-brother, half-sister, or any of their descendants, the grandchildren, the niece, or the nephew. That is one of the definition of a qualifying child for the purpose of the Advanced Child Tax Credit. The second criteria for that child to meet is that the individual, the individual meaning the child, must have not provided for more than half of his own support during 2021, which means you as the taxpayer must have provided more than half of that child's support in the year 2021. If you don't, if that child has contributed over half of his own support, you cannot claim that child as a qualifying child. The third condition to be met for that child to be eligible as a qualifying child for you as the taxpayer is that that individual must have lived with the taxpayer for more than half of the year 2021, with some exceptions though. Maybe the child went to school, but definitely comes back to the house. But aside from that, the individual, that child that I've listed in the first point, must have lived with you, the taxpayer, for more than one and a half of the year 2021. Number 4 criteria is that that child must have been claimed as a dependent in either your 2019 or your 2020 tax. Remember, those 2 years are the years that are being used to determine the amount that you get for the child tax, the advanced child tax credit. So you must have claimed that tax dependent in your previous year tax or your most recent tax. Number 5 is that individual, didn't file a joint return with the individual spouse for the year 2021, which means that whoever you are claiming shouldn't have filed a tax with a spouse. You can't claim someone who is filing a joint return with another person as your dependent. You cannot do that. And even if that person was filing a joint return as a spouse of someone else, just to be able to claim the refund on the amount that was taken from them or the estimated tax that they paid, you cannot claim that person as a qualifying child. So your wife, your husband is not your dependent. Then the number 6 criteria is that individual must have been a U.S. citizen, U.S. national, or a U.S. resident alien as of 2021. So, and another vital information that you have to note at this point is that you will only receive the advanced child tax credit for that child if you have a valid social security number or you have a valid ITIN, individual tax identification number. Okay, it's either you will add a social security number or an ITIN that had enabled you to file either a 2019 or a 2020 tax return where you actually have those dependent on your tax when you filed them. Or if you use the non-filers tool on irs.gov, as long as your qualifying child has a social security number that is valid for employment in the United States, if the child meets the other criteria, would be deemed to be eligible for you to get the advanced child tax credit on them. One other thing I would also like to mention is that if the IRS start making payments into your account, like doing the direct deposit for this advanced child tax credit using your 2019 tax return, and if you recently, maybe they had started processing, they had started paying you, and after they started is when you went to file your 2020 tax. Do not worry about, let's say hypothetically, as of 2019, you had only 2 dependents. Now, when you filed your 2020 tax return, you have additional 2 dependents. Don't worry about it if they had paid you based on the initial 2 dependents that you had on your 2019 return. The moment you file your 2020 tax, as soon as it's processed, the IRS will update your payment information after processing that 2020 tax, and they would update your payment information, and then you would see the increase in your direct deposit after they must have processed your 2020 tax return. So there is nothing for you to do when you have filed that return. All you have to do is just wait, and they will update that information in their record. And the only time when you may need to go use the child tax credits update tool is if that child is born in 2021, you already filed your 2020 tax as of April, as of June, and you had the child afterwards, then you can go on that tool to update your child, the newborn information, and also update your account information if you didn't have it there previously. Another thing you have to know is that when you file your 2021 tax return, and we all know that the 2021 tax is going to be filed in 2022 tax season, and Doballc Tax and Accounting LLC is here to help you ride through the torrent when that time comes. We always treat all our clients with the specialty that they deserve, because you all are our most valued asset. So when you do file your 2021 tax return in the 2022, you will need to compare the total amount of advanced child tax payments that you have received in 2021 with the amount that you can properly claim on your 2021 tax return, which means that if you have been receiving credits for 5 children, if you've been receiving that advanced child tax credit payment for 5 children, you would have to compare that amount with what you will be filing for in 2021 when you're filing your tax in 2022. Because what happens is if the child tax credits that you got that will be calculated in your 2021 tax, if that amount is greater than the amount of advanced child tax credits that you have received, I'm going to say that again. So if the child tax, remember I said you have to compare what you have gotten with what you will be claiming on the actual tax. So if what you have gotten in 2021 now is great, if what you will be claiming in your tax is greater than what you have received in the year 2021. Remember, we're filing in 2022. So if what you'll be claiming in 2022 is greater than what you have gotten in 2021, you will be able to claim the remaining when you are filing that tax. Now, vice versa, if the total amount of advanced child tax credit payments that you have received, it exceeds, which means it's greater than the amount of child tax credit that you can properly claim on your 2021 tax year. Guys, you may need to then repay the IRS some or all of that excess payment. I just said that if by 2022, you find out that the amount that you are eligible for with respect to this child tax credit is greater than what you have received in the actual year of 2021, you will be getting your balance when you file the tax. But if on the other hand, what you have gotten in 2021 and actually in 2021 is greater than the credits that you would be eligible for when you file your tax. So let's say they will be paying you for 6 children and now you're filing your tax, you only have 4 children or you only have 2. You may need to repay the IRS back some of that excess payment. By January 2022, the IRS is going to be sending a letter to every taxpayer to provide you the total amount of advanced child tax credit payment that they have paid you in 2021. When you do get that letter in January 2022, make sure you save it because it's going to be one of the vital documents that you would need to file your 2021 tax in 2022. I hope I was explicit enough and I'll try to explain this as clear as possible. If you have any confusion or questions, send that in the chat. I'll gladly respond to you there. But I want you guys to watch out for my next video that would be telling you the circumstances that would have you paying back excess payments that you received on the advanced child tax credit. You don't want to miss that part because no one likes to pay the money they have already consumed back. And I want to make sure you don't fall into that category if you can avoid it. So watch out and be on the lookout for my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned with me from the beginning to the end. I really appreciate your time and I will see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. Doballc.com is our website. Feel free to go there and see and check out our services. We love you and remember, we are looking out for you. Stay blessed. Cheers. See you in the next video. Bye.